Hey guys, Jsnow, we have some major news from from Blizzard. Almost said Wizards of the Coast again, even though this is the second take of the video. I'm playing too much Magic. So basically, multi-boxing is banned. It's simply put, multi-boxing is banned. Now in this video, I'm going to go over why it's banned, how it's not technically banned, and how it's going to affect World of Warcraft as a whole. So for anybody who doesn't know what multi-boxing is, basically here's an example. These are not multi-boxers in the video, so don't try to call them out or anything. This is just a random dude farming, probably enjoying the what it's like to farm again, basically, as a solo player. But they would sit in spots like here with the pigs or gorillas or like any type of mob, and they would just take up all the space and spam Star Surge, which is a druid ability that has a huge radius and picks up everything known to man. Which did get a change in Shadowlands, but still, druids were able to get around that by spamming Moonfire. Why was this a negative impact on the game? It was negative because A, Mark gets tanked, because you can also do multi-boxing, which you can use a program like isoboxer to input keys, and you can fly 100 accounts. You can go as many accounts as you want, as long as your computer doesn't explode in your house, and you can fly around and gather everything. And the biggest issue, I think, when people really noticed multi-boxing was in patch 8.2. So after 16 years of World of Warcraft, I think they finally broke Blizzard. Because in 8.2, they released 2 new herb and ore nodes, and because it's about 5 to 10 person per node, and the zone was tiny, people would just fly their druids around and just, oh my god. And then it would bug out because, once 10 people grab the node or whatever, the node is gone. But then the node doesn't despawn right away until the next person hits it. Guess who the next person was? But anyway, what do you call it? Yeah, so people were really frustrated with that, and it tanked the prices. The herb and ore went from, like, the new ones from a brand new patch, went from, like, 40G to, like, less than 8s at some points. And then towards the end of 8.3, you can get, like, the best herb and ore in the game for, like, 4 gold, because it was so bad. You would see stacks of, like, 20,000 from, like, 1 or 2 sellers on the auction house. It was absolutely ridiculous, tanking the prices. And not only does it tank the prices, it makes you lag if you don't have a good computer, and it's just an overall pain. There was really no benefits to this other than giving Blizzard extra cash, but then I guess Blizzard started to realize that extra cash might not be worth it if everybody's just getting annoyed and they don't want to bother farming for WoW tokens. Because WoW token prices, of course, probably were low due to were probably high actually due to multi-boxing, because multi-boxers need to pay for those subs, and with WoW tokens it just made it even easier. Because these WoW botters or multi-boxers, whatever you want to call them, have to pay for all those accounts with WoW tokens. So I expect the WoW token price maybe will go down. That's just hypothetical. Also, there were many other spots for farming that tanked the market. So what's actually going to happen most likely is either prices are going to stay around the same for materials, or they're going to skyrocket. The things that are going to skyrocket are materials that were expensive only because they're rare, but were slightly cheaper because of the multi-box. So most likely the big money markets are going to be the Corium ore from Burning Crusade, which is the rare ore, and then Titanium ore from Wrath of the Lich King, which is the rare spawning ore. So prices are probably going to go up, so this is a perfect time to farm up if you need to buy your WoW Shadowlands like me with WoW tokens, because things are just going to skyrocket. I mean, I stopped posting some items just because the multi-boxes were insane. They dropped coarse leather, which is the leather from Battle for Azeroth, for like 10 silver a piece because there was just so many. So I'm hoping this will help the prices a little bit. So that's the benefit. The benefit is players don't get annoyed, less lag, no worrying about stupid stuff, no worrying about having to fight for mobs, no worrying about all the annoyances, especially the herb and ore disappearing. Oh my goodness. Now, the only, I guess, negative to this would be for anyone who does heavy raiding, because that means raid materials are going to be quite expensive because nobody's farming the living crap out of all the materials, so there's going to be less in the auction house, so people are just going to be buying up like crazy. So, oh man, I can see that gold flowing on Shadowlands on day 1 already, but yeah, raiding is going to get super expensive on some servers, but that's really like the only downside. I mean, the only other theoretical downside to this is that Blizzard might add more items to the cash shop, because now they need to make up for those lost subs from multi-boxes, and if you think about it, that's a lot of money, depending on how rich the multi-box and how many accounts they had. Just think about $15 a month times like 100. The guy's paying $1,500 a month for WoW or whatever. Like, yeah, That's quite a lot of money, so I wouldn't be surprised if suddenly, you know, Activision, who just made $1.2 billion off of loot boxes from Call of Duty, just suddenly dropped some interesting stuff on the store. Seems kind of sus. But anyway, for the most part, mostly positive change. I'm happy about it. Now, I did say multi-boxing isn't totally going away. So what I mean by that is you can manually click between the windows. So if somebody really wants to do it, they can find like a parking spot, and then since group loot's still active, you could still technically do multi-boxing, but you have to click through every single window. So I don't know if a multi-boxer will actually have patience for that. And then there's also dungeon farming, which I think is going to be the new way multi-boxers try to survive in this new, they have their own pandemic, chicken druid pandemic. But anyway, with dungeons, I assume you can still follow even if you're on your same account or whatever. So group loot is still group loot, so you can just run 5 druids in a dungeon, have the leader run and pull everything, loot, go back out. It will be slightly slower, but it's pretty much the same. So I think dungeon items probably won't recover, because actually they might get worse, because now if a multi-boxer really wants to keep those accounts, he's going to have to do some multi-boxing dungeons most likely, or risk getting caught by Blizzard and banned. And then of course there are some hardware things people can do. I wouldn't say they're hacks, but the thing is they'll try to get around it and do it, but if they get reported, Blizzard finds out, they're banned. So anyway, that's pretty much it for this. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Feel free to subscribe for more WoW videos. And I'll see you guys next time.